Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to talk about some pretty surprising information regarding version 4.5. As always, everything discussed here comes from sources that are generally considered reliable. In the previous video, we covered all of the major changes introduced in Beta 4.4 v3, including the adjustments to Himiko Nova, Rin, and Gilgamesh. If you haven't watched that discussion yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. Today, however, we're shifting our focus to something completely different but just as interesting, a comprehensive leak roundup for version 4.5. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All of today's information comes from Sakura Haven. In their post, Sakura Haven shared a general overview of what players can expect from version 4.5. However, they also included an important disclaimer. According to them, all of this information is still very early and remains subject to change. And honestly, that makes perfect sense considering version 4.4 is currently only in Beta v3. So as always, take everything with a grain of salt because there's still plenty of time for things to change before release. The first point Sakura Haven mentioned concerns the two new characters expected to arrive in version 4.5. This isn't particularly surprising because we already know that Robin SP and Aventurin SP are expected to be the featured characters for that patch. Robin SP is a Remembrance character who, according to previous discussions, could potentially shake up existing Remembrance team compositions. Meanwhile, Aventurin SP is an elation character who appears to be fairly unique because he reportedly doesn't require other elation characters in his team to perform optimally. That said, we won't be diving into their kits today since that's not the main focus of this video. The second point is actually quite interesting. According to Sakura Haven, it looks like we'll be getting another new pet. Yes, another pet. In a separate post, Sakura Haven mentioned that a new pet was supposedly being planned and initially speculated that it could arrive in version 4.4. However, since no other sources have mentioned it so far, it's becoming increasingly likely that the pet is actually intended for version 4.5 instead. Unfortunately, Sakura Haven didn't provide any details regarding how players will obtain it. There are several possibilities. It could be distributed through an event, which is probably the most likely scenario. Or perhaps it will be added to the Anomaly Arbitration Shop and available for purchase there. Whatever the method ends up being, it certainly sounds like a new pet may be arriving sooner rather than later. The third point involves two new 4-star Lightcones. According to Sakura Haven, one of them will be obtainable through gacha, while the other will be non-gacha. Based on that description, the gacha light cone will likely function similarly to existing 4-star light cones that are added to the gacha pool. The second one is probably an event-exclusive light cone. In other words, it won't be obtainable through gacha and will instead be rewarded through participation in a specific event. And for players who happen to miss that event, there's always a chance it could later be added to the Herta shop, similar to how some previous event light cones eventually became available again. The fourth point is probably the most surprising piece of information in today's discussion. According to Sakura Haven, version 4.5 may not introduce any new relic sets or planar ornaments. And honestly, that's pretty shocking. Normally, Honkai starrail consistently releases either new relic sets or new planar sets to accompany upcoming characters. Since version 4.4 is already expected to introduce a new planar set, the natural expectation would be for version 4.5 to bring at least a couple of new relic sets specifically designed for Robin SP and Aventurin SP. But based on current information, that apparently won't be happening. If this turns out to be true, then both new characters will likely rely on existing relic and planar options already available in the game. For Aventurin SP, who is expected to be an elation character and potentially a main DPS, there's a good chance he'll use the Magical Girl relic set, just like many other elation DPS units. As for Robin SP, since she's reportedly a Remembrance character, My personal guess is that she'll probably make use of the deliverer set. Of course, that's purely speculation on my part. Beyond those 4 points, Sakura Haven later shared another post that contained what is arguably the most exciting information of today's discussion. New skins. And honestly, this is the part that caught my attention the most. According to Sakura Haven, in addition to Sparxie's skin arriving in version 4.4, both Evanescia and Hyacinth are also expected to receive skins in version 4.5. This is genuinely surprising when you consider how rarely Honkai Star Rail releases skins. Getting 3 new skins across 2 consecutive versions is completely outside the pattern we've become accustomed to. When we discussed the possibility of Evanescia and Hyacinth skins a few days ago, I personally assumed those skins would arrive much later. Instead, they're apparently scheduled for version 4.5, immediately following Sparxie's skin in version 4.4. That means we'll potentially receive 3 brand new skins within just 2 versions. And honestly, that's kind of crazy. Given how many skins are arriving in such a short period of time, it does make me wonder whether one of them might end up being free. Whether it's Sparxie, Evanescia, or Hyacinth, it feels a little difficult to imagine all 3 skins being paid cosmetics with no free option whatsoever. If Hoyoverse does decide to give one away for free, which character do you think is the most likely candidate? Of course, Sakura Haven once again emphasized that all of this information is still very early. While they're fairly confident in what they've shared, they also acknowledge that development plans can change. So as always, it's best to treat these leaks as preliminary information rather than confirmed facts. There's still plenty of time for details to be adjusted before version 4.5 officially arrives. So what do you think about everything we've discussed today? Are you excited about what's currently planned for version 4.5? Or are you more surprised by the possibility that Hoyoverse might finally start releasing skins much more frequently than before? And if one of the upcoming skins ends up being free, which one do you think it will be? Let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And with that, we've reached the end of today's discussion. Thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow Honkai Star Rail players so they can stay updated on all the latest information as well. As always, your support through likes and subscriptions means a lot and helps this channel continue creating informative content in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next discussion.